Hello, welcome back to Lime War. Today we have Metalcalous making it onto the channel once again. This guy has beat me before, and his enemy is Dæmon. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Dæmon? I'm not sure. Dæmon I'm going with. They've started pretty close together, and Dæmon has his own YouTube channel, so feel free to check him out. And I'm also wondering if this match was on his channel. If so, then I apologise. Metalcalous shared this on Discord, so I just thought I'd record it. I didn't realise who it was actually playing. I recognise his name though. I recently subscribed to him. Also, he subscribed to me recently. Thank you for helping me get over a K. 1000. And we have an early fight going on today. I've just noticed I ain't got my headphones on. No wonder it's quiet. There we go. I can hear it now. So, this is going to be quite a close match. He's going for tanks straight away, hoping to maybe take out some infrastructure before they start producing. And it looks like he's going for 4 tanks. 4 tank production. Whereas we have Metalcalous with barracks to expand, and and looks like another barracks here that's going to be helping with the front line, and 2 factories that are producing artillery. But will he be able to produce enough artillery to hold off these tanks? Because he has spotted it already. He has changed from a flag attack to an aggressive attack, so they're going to ignore the land and just go straight for it. Looks like Metalcalous has pulled them back to fight. And Dæmon is not letting them run away because he doesn't want them getting taken out one at a time. But it looks like this one will get away. Oh, 2 might get away, but he's getting close to death. He's bringing in reinforcements from multiple different directions now. And the tanks are produced. So he's got 3 tanks on the battlefield. They are on a flag command. This one's gone to attack because he's on an orange command. But these ones are holding back to take this territory here, so that might be a bit of micromanagement error. Or maybe that's what he wants. He doesn't need it too close, I suppose. There isn't that much to deal with. So I think he should be fine. He's trying to set up these defensively in the forest, hoping to catch him off guard, I think. Got some more barracks over here, increasing his production now. Barracks are a great way to increase your production because they're a lot cheaper than the other stuff, and they produce things faster. But they are generally quite weak, but barracks are a good way to outnumber your opponent. And if they're using tanks, it might not be the greatest of options. Definitely want air units against tanks, or a lot of artillery. Does Dæmon have enough energy supply though? He does not, and he doesn't have an energy... Well, he does, but it's kind of... It's almost contested at this point. So he may have to go into power plants early, or those tanks are just going to stop moving. They're going to give up, and they're going to be too tired. He's getting the energy warning now. But it could give Metalcalous the time he needs to respond to this. Because there's no way he can place an energy well there and defend it. And the energy has run out. These tanks will start smoking and will stop moving soon. There you go. They can still fire though, so that's a bit of a defensive position, so hopefully that should help. The artillery here has been spotted. I don't know if these infantry will be able to get through it. They should be, there's enough of them. But he is retreating, that is probably the better option here. He's gone for a SAM unit. He's expecting air attacks, I think. And he thinks he can defend this area. So he has gone for an energy well early on. Bit of a dangerous location for it. On the other side of things, we've got Metalcalous, who is focused on defending, doing the hits where he can, and expanding down in the south and east. I wonder if Dæmon has remembered to expand. He has, but I think he's going straight for the energy. He's ignoring the territory so we can capture this to get a safer energy supply, which is not actually a bad idea. However, it looks like he had to bring in all of his forces that were used for expanding to take on the front lines before they got overtook. And unfortunately, that's going to make his economy really hard to build up. Got a couple of units cutting across over here from Metalcalous. Yeah, he's just snuck 2 over, and he's probably going to try and take this out in a minute. They're just doing that. He's got artillery moving in from this area. Got a tank coming in as well. He's got tanks to address the tanks. Does he have any energy though? He does not either. He hasn't got any energy anyway. But he is building an energy well as we speak, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem for him in the long run. Oh, he's got energy tanks up here now. And he's suddenly brought them down to this energy well. I didn't spot these 3, I only spotted that one. But now they're out of energy, they can get taken out one at a time by his tanks. At least that one's damaging the structure, right? It probably will get the kill on that structure, but they're not going to get any further than that. I think Metalcalous maybe could take more advantage of this mountain with some artillery over here to maybe shoot this down. But it's easy to say that, and it's harder to do it this early on in the game. There is not a lot of resources to use. But Metalcalous is expanding pretty well, especially when compared to Dæmon. This infantry is just ignoring the energy, and at this point that is probably the better choice. Maybe just make him run away and see if you can capture something further away for now. Alright, so we got Dæmon. He is doing a proper tank rush on this guy really early on. And I don't know what Metalcalous can do to stop this tank sword at this point. I think he's going to lose this location. There are more tanks here, but he can't really use them right now because of the energy. I'm going to take a look at the economy as we're halfway through this match as it is. So, Dæmon, who hasn't been able to expand very well in this, has 380 economy. But he does have only this, and there's a tank sneaking in through the back over here, taking out this factory, which is not bad. Another thing to note though, even with this high economy, he has taken off his production. And these tanks are responding to this one up here, but they're not going to make it in time, I don't think, especially not on haste. Which is what that line command is showing. Have a look at Metalcalous, who is on about 500 capital per minute, so economy-wise, Metalcalous is definitely ahead of Dæmon. But Dæmon's tanks are pretty much wrecking some havoc whenever he can get them into position. We do have some more infantry sneaking in up there. I'm surprised that Dæmon was able to hold this one for as long as he has. He's actually pushed back on the battlefield. It's definitely worth taking, especially when he's having this much energy problems. But when you're going for a tank rush, you can't not risk the energy. You need to have it. There is one tank on haste mode. He's booming it across the map, trying to get to this energy well, right in the back. Both of these tanks are going there. With this one being followed by so many tanks, it might have been wise to take him off this way. Metalcalous, he always stopped. He hasn't been able to follow for long enough. Dæmon made a mistake there, I think, which might actually cost him this energy well. Instead, he is splitting off some forces to defend up here, to attack these tanks so they can't do anything afterwards, and to go for Metalcalous's energy well. I can't believe it. He actually saved his energy well. It is pretty much going to self-destruct on its own if it carries on spewing out fire like that, but it is going to repair itself and it will be fine in the end. I can't believe he survived through that. Well done, Dæmon. He still has to deal with these infantry coming in over here. Which, with tanks, it's harder because you get... When you have artillery, you get that bonus of having critical mass when it gets to a certain point where your enemy just can't actually do damage to you. But with tanks, you're still having to micromanage between the areas. But it is nice to see some tank fights, because I haven't seen much of that going on in this game. And I think Metal's going to be able to survive with his energy well as well. Just barely, again. But there are 5 tanks coming towards Metalcalous' energy well over here. But there are 4 tanks defending it. No, 3 tanks and 1 artillery, 2 infantry. And they are blocking the path. So I think Metal still might be able to defend this. Only just. But this is a full-on assault here. Considering the lack of economy in this game, both players are really trying hard to take out each other, chipping away at certain damages like the energy, particularly the energy, to stop the movement of the enemy tanks. Yeah, those tanks aren't going any further than that. The Metalcalous has managed to take out this area. He's bringing his units back into play. He is still expanding up here, but he has forgotten about these units, and that is going to hurt his economy in the long run. The faster he can get this territory going, the better it will be. Split this up into 2, going 2 different ways around this little lake. But it looks like Metalcalous has defended pretty well, and Dæmon has decided to retreat with these tanks and bring them down this way to defend against these ones coming in. But I think they're going to go for this energy well. There's no way he's going to get there in time. Though his energy is doing a lot better, but when this blows up, that might be a problem again. Because he did manage to get his energy well up here. And he is expanding with 2, literally just 2 units. And 3 down here. But his economy has suffered at this point in the game because he hasn't been able to expand. Because Metalcalous has been putting up so much pressure that Dæmon hasn't been able to expand. He is really trying to move around this forest to get into this energy well. But when he does this, he leaves himself a bit exposed down here, and Dæmon is trying to exploit that as best he can. If I remember correctly, there should be some artillery here, right? Yes, there are. So these tanks will take some damage if they get too close. Ooh. Looks like there's 2 tanks too close. They're not going to be able to take it out. The energy well is down. So that's hurt Dæmon's energy economy. And he has literally just given up and he sent this tank straight down this way in hopes to do some damage to Metalcalous, because at this point Dæmon needs to pull out something spectacular to be able to pull back from this. And because of his energy problem, I would probably not be building tanks anymore. I'd switch that into artillery. Because otherwise he's just not going to be able to move his army. I would suggest air units, but he just doesn't have the economy for it. Metalcalous, on the other hand, probably does have the economy for it. He could probably save up a bit for an airfield. And that would take Dæmon by surprise. Quite possibly. He has still forgotten about these guys up here. Yep. Forgotten, but not lost. So Metalcalous is now putting up pressure all over this front line area here. And did he manage to make some units through? No, he's just left the lines there. Dæmon is capturing this area now with a couple of units, trying to build up his economy again. But when you've only got 2 units over here, it takes just too long. So Dæmon has a lot to deal with right now. Got 3 tanks coming in over here. He's only got 3 tanks here to defend with. And the amount of infantry he has to deal with is... it's definitely outnumbering him, like I said at the beginning of the game. Infantry are a great way to outnumber your opponent. But on the other hand, Dæmon does have some infantry of his own, so he is trying to build them up. He's retreating some units now to try and hold his numbers. He knows he can't take them on directly right now, so he's trying to build up some units up here for defense, but they are just sort of streaming down this way. He's taking it off now. There we go. And these tanks have survived for quite a while against a lot of infantry, so they didn't do too badly. I think that was quite cost effective in the end. However, Metalcalous is biding his time here. I think Metal knows he's got the advantage, so he's just sort of taking his time as he demolishes Dæmon. And I don't think Dæmon has much else he can do about this. But Metalcalous has remembered his units. So at least they're back on the move, expanding. He split them up into 3, which is fair. He's got a lot to take care out around this area. So these units will probably survive this area, but while he's being distracted here, it looks like the tanks are taking the advantage over here, destroying what was left of Dæmon's base, but by the looks of it, Dæmon has quit. It's the end of the match, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. There are 2 videos on screen right now, and I'll see you there. Take care, guys.